My loser is nerds.
Is nerds.
Nerds.
Okay.
We've officially let nerds too close to sports.
Amen.
And their confidence level in the world of sports has gotten too high.
Amen.
The latest edition and the latest example of this fact that nerds have infiltrated sports and we've let them grow too comfortable is the fact that they've created this list. And we talked about this list via text, all of us. And it was the 5 best NFL teams of the decade.
Listen, am I upset with the list?
Look, here's the list. Alex,
But
I
is
know
it wrong?
you're not.
Yeah, okay. I was like, Alex, you
But
can't
is it
give me a
wrong?
break. 1 through 5 should have been. Sorry, do the list first, and then we'll.
Here's your list. Number 1, the 2013 Seahawks, Super Bowl champs. I'll hear the argument for that. Number 2 is the 2010 Pats, 14-2 regular season. Yes, great regular season team, but they lost to the Jets in the playoffs. And if you lose to the Jets in the playoffs when it matters, you're not the second best team of the decade.
Right.
Number 3 is the 2015 Seahawks, who were 10-6.
Listen, man.
Number 4 was the 2012 Seahawks. That yes, they were 11-5, but they were the second place in the NFC West that year. Not even the best team in their division. Somehow they're the 4th best team of the decade. And then number 5 is the 2019 Ravens, who didn't win a single playoff game.
Right. I'm just curious on what their stats are, like
So
what their data is. It just like off players who are on the roster. So like,
no,
that
so
guy
it
turned
was
out to
some
be good.
advanced analytic data metric system, which is why nerds are the losers.
Oh, so the same reason that Utah technically has a national championship, right?
Yeah, like these weird
one
little
of those systems.
Yeah.
Okay, got
So
it.
it's these weird little data-driven, analysis that these nerds who have infiltrated sports and grown far too comfortable are now saying the third best team of the entire decade was the 10-6 Seattle Seahawks. And you can't argue with them because they're just going to pull up their little statistics.
Yeah.
There's some credence that should be given to data and numbers and all that advanced stuff.
Right.
It's proven that in some cases it works. But when it comes to ranking the 5 best teams, let's leave that out of it.
Yeah, because I mean,
They
the
can
thing
be
is
the
if you don't win
tiebreaker.
Games,
They can be the tiebreaker.
sure. Yeah,
Like
I'm
if you're
okay with
like,
that.
oh, I don't know, the 2013 Seahawks or the 2016 New England Patriots, then sure, use those numbers to, split the hairs. But come on, the 10-6 Seattle Seahawks were better than the 14-2 New England Patriots that had the greatest Super Bowl comeback of all time. The 2019 Ravens are better than the 2019 Chiefs, the team that actually won the Super Bowl this year.
Yeah, listen, that's if we're making this list, you gotta go off wins.
The second place Seattle Seahawks in the NFC West are better than the historically great Denver Broncos defense.
Alex, are you sure you weren't the one making this list?
Listen, man, I don't even know if I could take credit for it. Wish I could, but it's like that's pretty bad. Like it when you sent it to me, I didn't know it was real. I thought it was just like some like one of those meme pages, and I was like,
when I saw it on
the first one
Instagram,
made sense, but then like the rest of them, I was like, okay, they're joking.
Yeah.
They're messing around, right?
I saw the list and I was like, oh, Seattle Seahawks, okay, makes sense. Oh, Patriots, okay, makes sense. Oh, Seahawks again?
Wait a second.
Wait, Seahawks for a third time? They only have one Super Bowl ring, right?
Yep.
So, and it's not even the other team. The other team that made the Super Bowl isn't even on this list. The 2014 Seahawks, the team that then went to the Super Bowl again.
To lose, yeah.
So there's 3 Seahawks teams. Only one of those teams even made a Super Bowl appearance. The other 2, 10-6, second place in the NFC
Listen,
West.
maybe comebacks are just weaknesses. Maybe that's what it is. Because that year when we went to the second one is when we came back against the Packers late.
Who filters things at ESPN? Because I see half these lists that come out sometimes, and I'm like, what?
Listen, man, they're bored. They need stuff. So
I know they're bored.
They're just
and they do this so we can sit here and boggle our mind at 11 a.m.
They've given us
on
great
why this
content.
is
Yeah.
a
it
crappy
makes our
list.
group chat fun.
It does.
Finally, there was something to talk about.
I know. Well, then I started pooping on Devin's Broncos. He's like, hey, easy.
Yeah, easy.
Easy.
I said nothing about the Broncos there, okay?
I had to. Well, no, it was because Tabo brought the Broncos in because he was like that Broncos offense. I was like the one
They got
that
on.
we
but
destroyed.
I think Denver should have still been on that list with that defense.
Absolutely. So here's was my list. I actually didn't have Denver. So sorry.
But I mean, it's
sorry, Denver.
they might they can make the top 10.
They're 5-6. I'll hear the argument. Number 1, I had the 2016 Patriots, 14-2, greatest Super Bowl comeback in the history of football. Number 2, I had the 2013 Seahawks. Elite defense, won one of the most lopsided Super Bowls in NFL history.
Easy.
It is what it is.
Number 3, I had the 2019 Chiefs. Just that offense, potent offense.
Yeah.
Had phenomenal comebacks in pretty much every playoff game. One of the greatest, already one of the most talented quarterbacks we've seen in the sport.
Yeah.
So 2019 Chiefs were number 3. Number 4, I had the 2014 Patriots who beat the Seahawks in that Super Bowl.
Yep.
One of the most exciting endings to a Super Bowl. And then number 5, here's what 5 could go either way for me. I put the 2017 Eagles just because they were 13-3 and they beat the Patriots dynasty. And they're the only team to beat the modern Patriots dynasty in a Super Bowl. So like the Giants
I'll give you that.
beat, old school Patriots dynasty. But modern Patriots dynasty, the Eagles are the only team to beat them. And they did it with Nick Foles.
Denver's
so that's
close
why
though.
that's why I put 2017. I mean, but Denver's right there. Probably
Von Miller literally single-handedly won a Super Bowl for Denver.
So that's why that's part of the reason I had Denver at 6 was because I don't know if I could say that they're one of the greatest teams of all time when their offense stunk. And Peyton Manning could barely throw with the ball.
The fact that they won a Super Bowl that year.
Yeah. So that's who I had as my top 5 list.